Welcome on into today's NBA pick video play for April 27th, 2018. In today's video, talking about this Game 6 matchup here in the Eastern Conference between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Indiana Pacers. Going to give our lean on where we feel the better value stands on the over-under. Currently, the total at 204 points. To get all of our picks every single day, including our daily free play, you can access those over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. Heading to this one, Cleveland should come into this Game 6 matchup on the road, playing a little bit looser, not as much pressure on them now that they stand up in the series 3-2. It's been a highly competitive, close-fought series between the Cavaliers and Pacers. Cleveland getting a little bit fortunate there at the end of their Game 5 win at home. LeBron's block should have been a goaltend, but nonetheless, he still knocked down a three, and if he would have made that, even including the goaltend on top of that, Cleveland still would have won the game, but it would have been a much different situation in that final possession. But nonetheless, Cleveland was able to grab that pivotal, important Game 5 win. They're going to try to carry the momentum from that matchup over into this Game 6 contest on the road. So in this series, Cleveland on the road, they've been just as competitive as they've been at home. They lost in Game 3 on the road by a final of 90-92, and then in Game 4, getting past the Pacers by a final of 104-100. So being down 1-2 in the series, and then going back-to-back, winning by 4 points and 3 points respectively in games that really could have gone either way down the stretch. Cleveland has put themselves in a situation where they are pretty much playing with house money here today on the road. Even if they lose, they still get a great shot at closing out the series on their home court. But Cleveland, on the year, they've been an offensive-oriented group, and they've had a hard time carrying over that into this series against the Pacers. They were 5th in the league in scoring, putting up about 111 points per game, compared to just 26th in total team defense, giving up about 110 points per contest. So the Cleveland team we saw throughout the course of the regular season is not the same group that we've been seeing here against the Pacers, and that's why we feel like Cleveland isn't necessarily having a whole lot of success. They haven't been getting out in transition as much. They haven't been knocking down their three-pointers as much as you'd like to see, and as a result, we've seen the under hit quite regularly in this matchup here between the Cavaliers and Pacers, and why we've seen these total numbers be relatively lower than you might expect when you just look at the numbers that these two squads average throughout the regular season, with the totals typically sitting in the lower 200s range. So the home team here today, the Pacers, going to be giving everything they can. They've been fighting very hard in this series. Throughout the year, this is a group that was 17th in the league in scoring compared to 9th in total team defense, averaging about 105.5 points compared to giving up about 104 points per game. So let's take what these two teams average offensively throughout the year. You have Cleveland at 110, the Pacers at about 206, so you add those up, you get about 216 points, which is about 12 points higher than this total. Even defensively, the Pacers giving up 104, Cleveland 110, you add those two up, you get 214 points, which is also considerably higher, 10 points higher than this particular total. But those numbers haven't carried over into this series. We've seen so many defensive-oriented battles between the Cavs and Pacers, but we feel like Cleveland, with the fact that they don't have as much pressure on their shoulders in Game 6, they should play a little bit looser, a little bit freer, maybe trying to get in transition more, maybe shooting a bit more earlier in the shot clock, which should potentially make this slightly more of an offensive matchup than we've generally been seeing. And as a result, we feel like the over 204 points is going to be the better value play, as Cleveland, in terms of being a bit looser on the court, should help in terms of getting a little bit more tempo and offensive production, and the Pacers trying to have to match that to try to push this into Game 7 by winning this one on their home court. So again, going to be siding with the over 204 points as the better value play. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. You disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. And be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks, guys, for stopping on in, and we hope to see you in future videos. Bye.